something like real crazy happened or like something really funny. But for the most part, it's just like, it's work. It sucks so much working. Talking about it is like the last thing that I want to do. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like my forehead looks fucking huge right now. I'm fucking mega mind out up in this bitch. Maybe I'll try to like bring my hair down a little bit. Messy it up. Anyways, yeah. Just doing a classic ramble video. There's not too much in particular I want to talk about other than, I don't even know how to word it, but, kind of just being a positive person versus, like, being a negative person. I really should have brought some water with me, because I'm actually kind of, like, thirsty as fuck. So, anyways, I definitely consider myself to be more of a negative person usually. I consider myself more of like a realist. Really trying to look at things more like objectively or like as they actually are. And just from a more realistic standpoint, not trying to get like too I don't know, too optimistic or even too, like, maybe nihilistic is the correct word, but, it is hard for me because I think at my core I am a nihilistic person. I am, and I think in a lot of ways, I don't know if I necessarily consider myself a negative person, but like I think it's fine to be negative. I think it's fine to be comfortable with those negative emotions, but like you do need to find a balance because like at the end of the day it is just being human. And whereas there is an amount of negativity, of like toxic negativity that you can surround yourself with, and like I think it can start seeping into your relationships and stuff like that, and like that's when it's like starting to get bad. Like you need to go to like therapy or something like that. But I think optimism can be the same. It can have the same exact form of toxicity with it. And I've definitely met some people that are like way too optimistic to the point where it just seems extremely unhealthy to me. But that being said, that's just a little bit of background. I think I am a negative person. I get down pretty easy. I'm pretty hard on myself a lot of the times. I definitely struggled a lot with depression in the past. I'm definitely doing like a lot better now, and I have been the last couple of years. But I think the main reason why I wanted to bring up this topic is because like it's funny. I had a friend recommend me a book. I think I talked a little bit about it earlier, but it was a book on stoicism. And I really liked it. I thought it was beautiful. I liked a lot of the ideas. Some of it I didn't love. But at its core, I think there were a lot of good concepts to like take from it. And there was some stuff to where it was like, yeah, you know what? Like I don't need to be such a like Debbie Downer all the time, you know what I mean? Like, and like obviously I'm not like that all the time. That's crazy. But there's definitely like a lot of times, you know, where I let little things get the best of me, you know, like I'll be driving and I'll just have like road rage, and it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, why am I getting, like, who cares? Who cares? Why am I getting upset? Maybe I'm late for something. But even then, it's like, helping. There's no point to it. And there's a lot of other things to be upset about going on in the world. And you know, and also I think about those things a lot too. I think about a lot of the world events going on. And it does start to affect me over time, you know. There's just a lot of wars and people dying and just absolutely horrendous, unforgivable things happening all around us. And, you know, I'm grateful that I have the life I have. And at some point, there's nothing I can do about it. Like, obviously, you can go out, you can protest, you can do whatever you want, you can try to share stories with people around you, but at some point you just have to let go. Like, there's definitely a point where it's just like destroying me and making me feel miserable. And I think there are a lot of things like that to where it's just like humans are exactly what they are. They're good and they're bad. There's no, and even the concept, it's like, I do think there are objectively good and bad things, but it's just like we are human and we're flawed, and a lot of people are just trying their best. But damn, there sure do be some straight up evil people out there. And you know what? At least I'm not that. So I've just, I guess what I'm trying to say is that I have been trying to have a more positive view on life and in things in general, and not focus so much on all the negativity that is going on around me and in the world, and try to just like better everything that's like around me and in my bubble as best as I can. And I definitely think I've been doing a bit better for sure. Like, even with like road rage stuff, there's a lot of times where I'm like, I just laugh it off because it's like, what is this? This is so stupid. This doesn't matter at all. Or even like a lot of small things like that, or just getting upset with people at like work or whatever. It's like, who cares? Who cares? Why am I even trying, you know, in the first place? And then one other thought I had that I actually really liked is like, I really wanted to start like really just enjoying things. Like, I didn't have, my water heater broke, which sucked. So, yeah, had to get that replaced, and we didn't have hot water for, I don't know, what, 6 days or so. And the thing is, like, I'm fine with cold showers, but there's something about when you're not able to get a hot shower, then it's like, oh no. And then I just think about how much we do take for granted, like here. Because like we do, even like the internet, having the internet is insane. The amount of food we have access to as well, and I don't even say the amount of food, but the quality. Candy, dude, sweets, a nice pie. I don't know why I went with pie for an example. That's crazy. A nice cosmic brownie. Are you shitting me? You ever eat a fucking cosmic brownie? It kind of tastes like shit, but it's also delicious. And I think we live like kings and queens. Like, we literally live how like the 1% did hundreds of years ago. We live way better, in fact, in a lot of ways. And I don't know, I just think about the lot of like, how there's so many things that I just like eat, and I just eat it to survive. I'm barely tasting it. So I've been trying to, I know, dude, so much of this shit sounds so stupid. It sounds so stupid, I can't that's going around me and kind of how cool it is, you know? Just life in general, but yeah, it's been crazy. It's been a weird couple weeks for me. It's been a weird couple weeks. Hence why I definitely probably took a much longer hiatus than I wanted to, and there's still a lot of videos I'd like to make. I wish I had more time. I wish I had more time so badly. Like, there's some videos that I really want to make. I would really like to try to do. I randomly started writing poetry again. I haven't wrote poetry in like years. I haven't written much, but there was one I really liked. So I'd really like to turn it into a video of some sort. Of me just reading it. And I'm really excited about it, but to get, God, I sound pretentious, but I really want to get across my artistic vision, how I would like, and I don't think it's that I don't have the tools, because I think even with just like a simple cell phone camera, you can probably do a lot, but it's that I don't have the time. I don't have the time. And the thing is, the worst part about that is I do have the time. If you really want it, if you really like want to get something done, you'll get it done, you know? But it's hard in this day and age. Like, 40-hour work weeks are absolutely fucking killer, dude. Like, it is mind-numbing. It wouldn't be that bad, except for the fact that it takes so much energy and I get so stressed from work that I come home and I'm just exhausted. I either like pass out or I have to like brainlessly watch TV to just turn my stupid monkey brain off for a couple hours. And I think that's the issue, is that it isn't just those 8 hours a day. It's so much more than that. It's so much of your energy having to be expended in this short amount, in this long amount of time, honestly. So, it's hard to say because I'm a big baby. I'm a baby, but I'm a big fucking baby. And obviously, things used to be way worse. There I am. I'm complaining. I'm a big complainer. That's another thing. I'm a big complainer. But the thing is, you have to complain. You just literally have to vent it out. And if you don't want to listen, don't listen. If you don't want to listen to my stinky ass complaining, get the fuck out of here. Off to better, more fun stuff. But I watched two YouTube videos, and it really made me realize, I was like, wow, I like get it. More backstory. Let me explain. I finally get what one of my friends said, and she said that she loves watching. She'll like fall asleep to like, what do they call that? The Housewives of Salt Lake City and all those shows. I mostly watch Salt Lake City because, like, come on, Utah, let's go. And it's also really good. It is good. But she said that she falls asleep to that. And there was another YouTuber / content creator that I really like, and he said the same exact thing. And that blew my mind. I was like, what? How can you find? Oh, that's what they specifically said, that the sound of women yelling at each other is like relaxing. And I was like, I just don't get that. I don't get that, you know. But I watched two separate podcasts podcasts. Trisha Paytas, let's go. Let's go. And it was the episode of Tana Mongeau was in it. And I can't remember her name, but she's be like a Playboy bunny. She's shown up a couple times. She's really iconic. And then Trisha, and it's those three, and they're just talking. And I also watched this one. I would recommend to everyone because it was really, really fucking good. It was a bunch of Twitch streamers talking. It was Cutie Cinderella, shout out Utah, shout out Mormonism, shout out polygamy while we're at it, let's go. But Cutie Cinderella and what's her name, Maya. Also, Maya Higa is related to, oh man, what's his name, Ryan Higa. That's crazy, dude. That's nuts. And then who else? Oh yeah, Pokimane. And then that other girl. Shit, I feel bad. I can't remember her name. I feel bad. But she's also really funny. Crap, what's her name? It's like, I keep thinking Pikachu, but that is, I think it's something like that. Anyways, and it was just four of them just sitting down in a backyard, just talking about everything, talking about nothing. And I was loving it. It was so good. It was like I could just listen to that shit. I could literally fall asleep to that. And I think I love the sound. It's the same thing with Love Island. I love that shit. I love when women just be yapping. I love when women be yapping. Like, please talk more. Keep going. Don't stop. Don't shut up. Keep talking. Keep talking. Seriously. I love that stuff. It's awesome. It's also fun. It's really interesting to see the culture of there. Okay, also there is not a. I was never really super interested in Pokimane. I honestly never really cared. I just didn't like most Twitch shit. I'll be honest. I didn't love most Twitch streamers. And then I think I saw her on the Trish podcast, which is the funniest way to like see someone who's like pretty famous in like the sphere, I feel like. But I saw Pokimane on the Trish podcast, and I was like, okay, I get it. I was like, I get it now. You know, I get it. She's a fucking girl's girl. She's a fucking girl's girl. And there's no bigger green flag than being a girl's girl. There's something built different about it. There's something built different about it. And I mean, now we're getting into the whole gender stuff, and wait, don't talk to me about gender. Don't fucking talk to me about gender, brother. My one friend, I think he said a line I really liked, but he coined the term, I've never heard it before, but gender nihilism. And I thought it was really funny. I was like, hell yeah, that's awesome. That's me, gender nihilist. I don't believe at least for myself. Like, obviously it's a very complicated subject, but it is, I definitely, how do I word it? I think the whole, like, sisterhood, there is a very distinct sisterhood that kind of bind women together, and I think a lot of it is just due from trauma, honestly. I think most women in our society have a lot of similar traumas that they're put through from just society in general, men and women, mostly men, and it's really sad to see them go through all this shit is sort of this bond that they create with each other. And I definitely get it. I definitely get it a lot. The whole gender stuff is fascinating to me. I would love. I could do a whole video just talking about gender, and maybe I will, because also I don't know jack shit. Okay, that's the one thing you gotta know about me. People always be saying I'm smart. I'm a dumb ass. I am so fucking dumb. It's not even funny. Like, I am so stupid. Like, don't ever take anything I say seriously, because I'm constantly contradicting myself. I'm just trying to figure my own shit out, you know what I mean? But with the gender stuff, I find it so fascinating. I find it so fascinating because I really understand it, and it's really interesting to see it now, because you see this kind of shift in young men, more like right-leaning, and I think a lot of it was due to kind of 2016 feminism of like the hating men movement, which is such a fascinating movement to me, because it really makes it makes too much sense to me. It makes too much. Whenever I hear a girl say, fuck men, it's like, I get it. I truly do get it. And that's the darkness. That's the darkness, is that I do understand. And I think I was under the assumption that most men who are like the good ones, I hate that term. That term is nasty. I don't even want to say that, but I thought men who were good stand-up people would understand where they're coming from, why they're feeling like that, and why they're saying these things. But yeah, I don't know. It looks like something fucking misfired. Something didn't go right. It's fascinating. It's fascinating. And even, I think gender as a topic so interesting as like all of its own concept. It's like the concept in like society in general, and all the different forms of that, and then aside from that, you have your own personal relationship with gender and how you do it, because I just hate the stereotypes and like all that weird shit. Like, I just don't give a fuck about that shit. Like, get out of here with that shit. But I have seen some men that I look at them and I go, that's it. I go, that's the perfect man. I go, that's the perfect example of like the ideal man, you know, or masculinity or femininity, like, all those terms drive me crazy. It's funny. And that's not even talking about pronouns. But who was it? Olive Ugly did a really, really fun video on that stuff. And I'd highly recommend watching that. It's also interesting because Olive Ugly, I can't remember. But they brought up that, like, in a lot of Polynesian cultures, they did have a third gender. They did have, like, a more miscellaneous or non-binary gender. And that's so fascinating. Like, it truly is fascinating to see how much of our societal shit just stems from, it's built on ruins. It's like literally in like Rome, old Roman cities, they just build on ruins. They literally just build ruins on ruins on ruins on ruins. It's insane. If you ever do go to Europe, or if you're in Europe now, and you probably know what I'm talking about. It's crazy. I remember on my mission in Hungary, I was in one city, and it was literally built on Roman ruins, and you could just go to the city downtown area, and like you could see it, and then there were like areas that were like could see like all of it, and you're just like, oh my god, how many times was this shit torn down and built back up? And that's like exactly what we are as a society. We are just the final form built on all these archaic, dead ideas, and we keep building from it, building from it, building from it, and it's like, let's just bulldoze that bitch. Let's bulldoze that shit. Fucking burn it to the ground. Let's go. I'm sick of it. Anyways, God, boy, do I love ranting, I guess. That's a lot of the more bad things that have been on my mind, but there's a lot of good things too, you know. Awesome female Twitch streamers, check them out. I love watching Cutie Cinderella stuff, mostly because it feels weirdly nostalgic, which is funny because I literally live in Utah still. But, you know, we don't get a lot of good Exmo. I don't see anybody online who I'm like, wow, that's like, she just does some shit, and I'm like, damn, that's Mormon as fuck. Or like, that's ex-Mormon as fuck. And it's just, it's fun to see that, you know, there's not a whole lot of us out there, so, there are tens of us. Granted, I'm also done with that shit too. I watched Heretic the other day. It had some good parts in it, but the acting was phenomenal. Fucking shout out to all those actors. They fucking killed it. But it really, the ending was just fucking weird. It just got weird. There were weird choices they made, but more Mormon representation. I'm also just so fucking sick of hearing and talking. Like, I like need to stop talking about it, but I think it's also important for people to understand my background because it influenced who I am. But I'm also so sick of hearing about it. Like, living here in Utah, it's like, bruh, I'm so done. Please stop talking about church and Mormonism and why it's bad and being ex-Mormon. It's like, I know, girl, I know it's bad. I know. I shouldn't say that. It's not bad. It's not for me. It's not for me. It has good qualities, like a lot of things. I just don't agree with a lot of it. I'm an evil person, let's be honest. I'm a pretty evil person, but anyways, hope you like this rant. I wish I talked a bit slower in this, but I be ranting. I got like a headache right now. I didn't even say that until right now. That's me being positive. I'm not trauma dumping as much. Let's go. You ever have somebody trauma dump on you at a party? That shit's crazy. That shit's awesome. Anyways, I hope you all have a nice night, and yeah, I'll definitely be posting more. Also, let me know what kind of videos you like. If you're this far in, I am impressed,